welcome back to Motorchats. If you're new here, I'm Sam, and in today's video we're going to be going over everything you need to know about XTREME Xperience. I recently got to try it out myself. I rode along in a Hellcat, and I also drove a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, which if you want to check out that video, the link's going to be in the description below. My XTREME Xperience took place at the Homestead Miami Speedway. And for this event, they modified the track. They created like a 2.21 mile layout with 14 turns and a 1,700 foot straight. And instead of using the full oval, they focused on tighter, more technical corners, but there were still two long straights where you could really push the car. So depending on the car and how you drive, the maximum speed you can do is about 115 miles per hour to 120 miles per hour. Now, before getting behind the wheel, you'll go through a short but serious safety briefing where they go over the track rules, braking points, and passing zones, just to make sure everyone knows what they're doing. It's a bit of a wake-up call, especially if you've never driven on a track before. Now, when it's time to drive, a professional instructor will be in the passenger seat, coaching you through the entire track. So they do adjust the mirrors for themselves, so you don't have to worry about looking as much. It's just you focusing and driving and enjoying the car a little bit. So the cars are spaced out to prevent traffic, so you won't really have to worry about getting stuck behind someone who's driving a lot slower. One thing you might have noticed when you tried to sign up for the XTREME Xperience, they require you to get insurance, and your regular auto insurance won't really cover the track accidents. So XTREME Xperience offers the 3 coverage options. So they offer a $39 base level, which is $20,000 in coverage, and it's a $6,000 deductible. They have a mid-level, which is $69 for $85,000 in coverage with a $4,000 deductible. Now, this is like their premium level, which is $129 for $125,000 worth of damage and $2,000 of deductible. If you hit a cone, that's $500 per cone you hit. If 2 wheels leave the track, it's $200. But if all 4 wheels leave the track, so it's $300. But if you're not completely confident in your driving, opting for a lower deductible might be worth it just for peace of mind. Now for the actual driving experience, my instructor was great. He was super knowledgeable and experienced. He was amazing, I won't lie. But here's the thing, I really wish they gave you more time to enjoy the car before really jumping into the laps. The briefing was helpful, but once you're in the car, it's kind of like go, go, go. And it felt like I didn't really have a chance to fully appreciate the car before we started the lap. Like I was just kind of like answering questions rather than just looking around and being like, wow, I'm in a Porsche. Like that's crazy. Like it's not every day that somebody can just waltz in and be inside of a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, let alone drive one. Now I know the instructors are trying to help you to get the most out of the track, but I honestly would have liked some more quiet time to just feel the car and soak in the experience. The constant feedback was great for technique, but it took me out of the moment, and honestly by the time I got comfortable it was already over. It's very a fast-paced experience, but I will say your experience might not be the same as mine. Every instructor is different, so just keep that in mind as well. So how long is the experience itself? So you get 3 laps per car. If you're driving at full speed, the whole thing is over in about 20 minutes. And trust me, time flies. Just as you start getting comfortable, it's already your final lap. If you can swing it, book more than 1 car, just so you can kind of feel a little bit more experience and really be able to push the car. Because I feel like if you get one of the cheaper cars first, you can kind of just enjoy the track, like get to know the track, and then when you get to the second car, it's just boom, and you can really enjoy that car. Now there's some extras and some hidden costs. I personally didn't find any of this on their website. This is what they told me when I was there. So there are a few add-ons that aren't included in the base price. So there's in-car footage for $65 for a USB with your point of view, speed data, G-force metrics, and an outline of the track. So there's also they also take professional photos of you at the end. It's $25 for 2, so 2 for $25. Just a little crazy, and honestly, if you can, bring your own camera, save money. As for the ride-along experience, If you're going to be doing that, just keep in mind that you'll be in the car with 2 other people, especially if you book the Hellcat. I personally rode in the Hellcat, and as someone who drives a Mustang, I was not impressed. I personally have not been a Hellcat fan, especially because their interior hasn't really changed much over the years, and it didn't really feel as exciting as it could have been. The car is just so heavy, especially taking those turns and corners. I was basically being thrown around in the back, I won't lie. But if you've never driven like a muscle car, I think it's a perfect gift to give to somebody, or for yourself as well, to like a once-in-a-lifetime experience for sure. Here are just a few things that you need to keep in mind as well. They do ask you to tip. It's not required, but they do say if you want to, go for it. So basically they're asking you. But if you don't want to be caught off guard, I would definitely bring some cash. If you want to tip, you can. You don't have to. Now, storage-wise, you can, like if you have, like, I would definitely recommend bringing a small bag, maybe like a crossbody or belt bag. But anything larger, I wouldn't. Simply because it's not locked up. It's just kind of like on the side of the table. There's not really like a locker or anything. If you're comfortable with just leaving it out and about, I would do it. Why not? But if you can, definitely bring a smaller bag or have somebody hold it for you, or maybe just leave it in the car. Well, as for wait times, even if you book a specific time, you might have to wait, especially if multiple people booked the same car. It's kind of just like a lot. It's like a huge line, and they just kind of like, they put you in slots before, and they're like, all right, this person booked this one, this person booked this one, and sometimes there can be a delay. But I would not recommend arriving after the arrival time. So when it says arrival time and departure time, arrive at the arrival time. It's helpful, trust me. One more thing to keep in mind is getting there. Definitely plan to be there a little bit before the arrival time, because I personally was struggling to find the entrance. It wasn't really like a signage saying, hey, the experience is this way. We just kind of kept hearing it, and like we just kind of went around in circles until we found a sign. Here are my final thoughts. Extreme Xperience was a blast, but I felt like it could have been a little bit more slower paced. I wish there was more time to enjoy the car and just take everything in before we just started pushing it. Once your 3 laps are done, it's done. And there's not much time to enjoy the moment, take pictures, or kind of relax. Would I do it again? Definitely. But next time, I'd book more than 1 car so I can get a bit more out of the experience. They do also provide water, so I wouldn't really worry about bringing one unless you have a long drive. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more car content. Have you done the Extreme Xperience before? Drop a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!